All right, well today we're going to set up our layer states, and we're going to do that for our 3D printing. We had layer states the first and second 9 weeks dealing with an already printed form. And the third 9 weeks we had all of our stuff set up for our architectural unit we did. Well, this time things are a little different. So what we're going to do here is, I just want to show you, our layer properties that we have, I'm going to make sure that everything is turned on. No lights are off, no layers are locked, everything's set. We do have 2 non-printing layers, which is standard for our classroom. Now, when we do our 3D, we have got to do something a little different. In the past, we'd be able to come here, and we would come through here, and we would click to our ready to print. The problem is when we're doing our 3D, we're going to have 2 new layers added, and those layers will be turned off. So we're going to have to set up an LAS file. It'd be a .las, which is a layer state file, and we're going to have to import that. It's going to take 1 or 2 extra steps when printing, but once we have it set, it should be fine. Well, let's do this. Let's start off, and I would have you, if you were in class, I would have you use that one 3D drawing we tried, that ready to try drawing, just so we'd have it. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to go ahead and draw something very quickly. And I'm going to just draw something that will have both hidden lines and object lines, because that's my main concern right now. So I have that. I'm going to make sure this is in my object layer. And with that being in my object layer, I'm going to put myself in the object layer. Now remember, in the past, we were in our third 9 weeks and we did our architecture. We always made sure that our viewports, we were in the 0 layer so that viewport would not print. This is different. We need to be in our object layer so that we actually get the objects inside to print. So there's just a simple 3D drawing here. Let's click over to our A size right now. Now here it is with our A size. We are coming over here to our layout tab. And we are going to come over here. We're not doing our rectangular like we did on the third 9 weeks. We're coming here to our base, and we're going to take it from our model space. It is going to take a few seconds the first time you do it. So this would be our front view. We pick it, we right-click, enter, and we can bring up our top view. If we wanted to continue, we could bring a side, but we don't need it. For this, I am only wanting to make sure that these layers are added. Okay? Now remember, we're not doing anything in the paper size with our layers. We need to go back to our model. So I'm going to jump over here into our model tab, and I am going to take a look at my layer properties. Now, this is the reason I needed that drawing in there. See this MD hidden, MD visible? This is from model. It created it. So when we go to print, we have a black and white printer, so we need to change our colors, but we also need to change something too. Check out right here. See this MD hidden? It defaults as hidden too. So while we're here, let's change that to the hidden layer. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to pick the center line, anything that's color except our red and yellow, because those ones are not printing anyway, as you can see. So I'm picking center. I'm holding down control. I'm hitting cut, dimension, hidden, section, and text. I did those all at one time because I tell you guys this all the time. I'm lazy. I'm going to pick my color, and I'm going to make it my white right there and tell it OK. So everything is turned the way it needs to be. OK? So now this is how we set it up for our classroom printer. So if we have this set up for our printer, we need to come over here and click on our Layer State Manager. And notice we have normal and ready to print. That's fine. We're going to click New. And we're going to call this 3D Print. So we know that when we're in our 3D, this is what the layer state we're going to use, and tell it OK. Now, here's the thing. 3D print, model, and yes, need to be on, and it needs to be highlighted. That's what we're in. I need you to export this. And I'd like you to export it to your student drive. So remember, you're going to go to your student drive, go to your proper number, and you're going to export. Okay, for me, I'm just going to put it on my desktop. And look at this. Down here, It is an LAS file, .las. It is not a .dwg. So 3D print LAS and hit save. And close. Now, actually, if we close it, that's fine. Let's go right back here again. And let's do the 3D print. Let's export it one more time. And go ahead and export this to your desktop. So you'll have it in your server, you'll have it on your desktop. This way, if we lose the internet service, we will still have this available for us to print. So save it one more time, and this time on your desktop in case it's easier. And remember, it's an LAS file. So we're all going to be set with that, and we'll close this. And we can close this. Now, that was the whole purpose of this drawing. We weren't going to do anything more with it. So that's how we create our LAS file. Now, we will do the next file. Our next video will show you how to import it. So this is exporting and creating the LAS file. This is pretty much the only time you're going to need it is when you're creating it for the first time. So this video should be able to walk you through what you need. All right, we'll do the next one in a minute. Thanks.